Hello again, everybody. Harry Boxer, the technical trader at TechTrader.com. It's Tuesday, the 28th of June. Turnaround Tuesday. Market had a nice rally. First gapping up, then consolidating, then exploding in the last hour. They really have a nice day, but it's still obviously only about a 0.382 fib retracement of the entire drop. We'll see if we extend it or not. But the bottom line is the markets had a good day, and a lot of stocks that we followed and or traded did well. ANIP swing trade snapping back nicely. If you take a look, the pullback got right to support, bounced to resistance, and another pullback when the market got tanked but held. And today popped 445, 8.5%. And the volume increased to the best volume on an up day in about 3 weeks, for almost a month. And looks to me like with the close at 57, this could very well start to break out. My mid-channel targets are 63.4 and 72.3. 6.25 days to cover on this one. Could push it. One of the better acting biotechs. Up next is EXAS, another biotech. After it popped and pulled back, we put a swing on it. So far it's working, as it ran from about 10 and change to 1186. And this rising flag here tells me the possibilities exist that this could first get to 12.5 and then 14.75, maybe 15. There's 5.1 days to cover on that. GOL, look, I haven't traded this stock, but I've mentioned a few times it's a, I believe, South American or Mexican airline. The bottom line is it's formed a beautiful V-bottom and a platform. And look at the action. Other than Friday when the market got creamed, Monday when the market came down, this stock has been doing very well. If it gets above the spike high from March when it hit 1138, and today's high was 1114, excuse me, we're right up against multiple highs. This could very well run to the mid-teens short term. Something to watch. GWPH, the successful swing when it pulled back there. Then it coiled, broke out, got up to resistance and backed off. Held the rising bottoms line, popped up dramatically yesterday, and then today followed through a bit, up 344. Now it didn't close near the high, but I'm thinking that it's going to eventually take out the 98 range and run up into the 105 and then 115 zone. 6 days to cover on that one. MEET, this low price stock's been doing great. First big run up from October through January when it went from 1.5 to 4.5, tripling. Then it took some time to coil. Broke out again 3 weeks ago. Been moving ever since. Today 522 up 55 cents or almost 12% on nearly 4 million. Looks to me like a stock that's headed higher. The parallel angle of ascent shows a potential for $8 down the road. MGT. Well, I showed this to you a couple days ago when it popped and flagged. You can see the coil here and that huge run in May. But after running up and pulling back and getting very quiet and narrow, it's forming some sort of coil in here. Watch this stock, and particularly over 375. That's where it can take off, with targets of 5.5 and 7 at least if it does run. NVAX swing trade doing well. It jumped 70 cents or 11% today on 9.5 million. That's the biggest volume in an up day in a month. More importantly, it's pushing resistance, and it closed at the highest close that we've seen on it at 697, literally 3 cents from the high. We popped through here. I'm looking for 8, and then I'm looking for 9 plus. 11.7 days to cover. The base to break out and the flag looked pretty good. SGY. Well, after a reverse split and a big drop, the stock had come down and bounced. Here's your breakout on big volume. Then the 3-day pullback. Today it popped, jumping $1.17 or 14%. Volume increased. If we can get this going, we should test a double top at 13, followed by a move perhaps towards the 17 range. SUPN, also one of the better acting junior biotechs. From the February low, under 10, the stock has gone up to 20. More than doubled. And in multiple ways. I like each pullback. These were a little sharper, but the one here was more muted and near the prior highs, and it looks to me like a nice little wedges for me. Today it popped $1 or 5.6%. It may very well be headed for the 2021 zone, maybe even as high as 23 short term. 5.6 days to cover on that. TDOC, a new issue for us. We put out a swing trade today. When the stock broke out, I was been following this for a while. I put an alert at 1363. It closed almost a point above that. You can see the major declining tops line, the declining channel. Lateral resistance broken, moving average is crossing over. Stock consolidated and then started to break out, so we put a swing on it. with targets of about 15.75 and then all the way up into the high teens. 14.6 days to cover. UGAZ, I'm looking at this as being on the verge of a major move that's going to take this as high as mid-70s, but for now, I have a target in the 50-52 range. Very, very nice channel. Base breakout, pullback wedge. Today was a breakout of the wedge. Need to get a follow through, but it looks awfully juicy. Moving on to VUZI. Look at the reversal. Yesterday, kind of a reversal, big reversal. I think they call that a hammer. And then today, the spike up. We're taking a stock from a low of 520. Today's high of 533. It looks like it's going to challenge the double top near 7 short term. We get through that. I'm looking for 8 and then 10. And there's almost 8 days to cover on VUZI. And last day, Zencor. What a move today. It exploded from 15.10, got up to 18.19, pulled back to close at 16.56. But look at this. After hours, trading at 17.5, up another point. Big stuff going on there. But I like the pattern, the breakout. I think the follow through gets you for a test of near 20. And if it really runs, mid 20s, 24.5. Keep an eye on whatever follow through you may get on this one tomorrow. And that's it for tonight, everybody. Have a good evening.